Thank you.
Hi, audience.
Hello. How is everyone today?
Hi. Anyone here yet?
Yeah, we actually have a question. Do you want to do our first question of the day?
Yes. Let's jump right into a question.
Awesome. So Kevin says, on mechanical reel slots like Blazing Sevens, Double Diamonds, 5x Pay, why do the jackpot icons appear more when the credits decrease?
I'm not.
You're not.
I'm not sure
familiar
that
with
I agree that they do.
Oh, okay. You want me to go to the second question then?
Well, to address that one, I mean, the asker is welcome to elaborate, but I would argue that the odds of each type of win is the same no matter how many credits you bet.
You don't notice that the icons appear more when the credits are fewer?
If anything, wouldn't they be more? Because the game should be rewarding somebody for betting more.
Well, should in reality, like, those should and actually, doing it, that's two different things, right? I mean, the jackpot should pay me every time, but they don't.
Well, but in video poker, if you bet 5 credits, then if you bet 4 credits, then a royal flush only pays 1,000 coins. But if you go up one more credit to 5, then it jumps up to 4,000.
Okay.
So there's a big incentive to make a max coin bet.
Okay.
And also in video poker, you can see if it's a multi-denomination game, lots of times as you increase the denomination, the pay table will get better. So it's kind of a standard business practice is to reward the players that bet more with giving them a little bit better odds.
So if I'm poor and I go in and I put $20 in a high limit slot machine and I have maybe 1 or 2 hits.
Yes.
Should I do that because that's a higher chance of me winning a larger amount, or should I not do that?
You should do that.
I should do that.
Yes,
okay.
If someone points a gun to your head and says bet $20 on slots, you should bet the whole $20 on one bet if you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the reasoning behind it?
It's as I was saying that the machine should reward you. Like, here's someone betting $20 a bet. Let's return to that player probably 97%. Where if you were betting a nickel a hand, they're probably going to give you 80 to 90% because they think that you're just there killing time.
Okay.
So, but most players, the actual playing is should be for entertainment value, and you're not going to get that much entertainment from just one bet.
Yeah.
But if all you care about is the money, then make as few bets as you can.
But again, remember, gambling is for entertainment purposes only.
You're absolutely right. But as long as you're playing, you may as well get the best odds that you can to give you either more time or improve your chances of winning or losing less.
Cool. Very cool.
Okay. Well, how have you been doing since the last 2 weeks?
Oh my goodness, I don't know if you want to get me started on that. I've had some troubles with YouTube lately.
Oh, what a coincidence. So have I.
Really?
Yes.
No way, what happened?
So, how many gambling videos I have.
Right.
I mean, I must have like 50 of them now, and many of them you made or videoed. So I did that whole series on craps over at Aaron's house, and I think that was 5 videos.
Yeah.
And just one of them got taken down.
Oh.
And there was a message saying that it violated YouTube's policies, and I think it was the policy on promoting something illegal. And it said that I could and also they gave me a strike, and they said if the channel got I think 3 strikes they might take it down. But it gave me a chance to appeal it, so I clicked the appeal button, and then it gave me 300 characters to defend myself.
That's not much, is it?
Right. No, I mean, my first thing, I was only getting started, and I was 300 words.
Right?
I mean, characters.
Yep.
So I really had to boil it down, and so my defense was that the video should be reinstated because it broke no rules, and that we did not directly promote any internet casino, and that the purpose of both the video and the website, and I do have a link to Wizard of Odds in the video description, are to make people better gamblers and to promote. an understanding of math.
Right, because you actually focus on the house edge and what that means to the player and how they can get a better one. You're amazing. People love you. They shouldn't be taking your videos down.
Thank you.
Yeah, totally.
Well, of course I agree with you. But I also added that I would take down the link to my site if that is what was bothering them. But they reinstated it.
They did?
Without comment.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised. Like, I've had trouble with Facebook before, and they just outright banned my channels. And I got a chance to appeal, but the appeals never were accepted.
So...
Okay, so how about you?
Oh, God. Okay, so they took... I got a warning in November. They took down How to Deal Mini Baccarat, and that was it. And I was thinking they were going to really do something in December when they changed their policies and procedures, but then it was quiet. And then this week, on Monday, I had a video taken down. And it was, I think it was like how to play Let It Ride. And then on Tuesday, I had my How to Play Blackjack and Win Big in Fallout New Vegas. It's a video game, YouTube. That was taken down for illegal and illicit content and harmful and dangerous. They called my videos harmful and dangerous. I was mad about that. And then they took down, oh God, I'm not going to name all of them, but they took down probably 6 or 7 videos between Monday and now. And every single day when I wake up, there's always a new video taken down. And then during the day, oh, another video taken down, another video taken down. And so what I did was I put my videos up on Daily Motion. And then today, Daily Motion took down my channel for violating their policies and procedures. So I went through their policies and procedures. I went through everything that was considered illegal or dangerous. And they did not list gaming, gambling, or casinos on there. And I'm like, why then are you taking me down if I'm not even anywhere in here? So I need to find, no, you know what? I'm not finding a new provider. I'm not going to go through another host. I'm looking into putting my videos on my website and directly hosting my videos myself. So that way they'll always be on the website and I'll never have any videos taken down.
Well, that's a good idea.
Just bypass YouTube, right? I mean, if they're going to take down my videos anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why doesn't everyone do that?
Well, it's nice to get paid from YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it's another source of finding a
marketing, advertising,
to find eyeballs. But do you know much about, I think it's called Vimeo?
Vimeo, yeah, but you have to pay for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that my boss, who runs Latest Casino Bonuses, had trouble with his own gambling videos, and he switched over to there.
Yeah, but unfortunately you got to pay for that, and I'm just a cheap bastard, so...
Like me. Well, but what do you think they find so objectionable?
That's what I was about to ask you, because gambling technically isn't like illegal, right?
I mean, it's legal in 48 states.
Right, and you can find casinos everywhere, and it's a normal thing.
And there are so many gambling videos. I mean, there are tons of videos of people just pointing the camera at a slot machine and playing.
Yeah.
And
like,
yeah.
Why?
I mean, why are they cherry picking certain ones?
I don't know. I have no idea.
If you're watching, let us know.
And I've talked to a couple other of my friends who are content creators who do, one does a poker channel, one does a slot machine channel. A couple of them haven't had anything happen to their channel, while others have had their whole channel taken down. So it's like this range.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm worried about just my one video being taken down because it means that all of them are subject to the same thing. Yeah,
and when they start getting on a roll and you have 2 or 3 taken down in one day.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm wondering if I should take down the links to my website if that would help my chances, but so far I have not. Anyway, yeah, enough about that.
Yeah.
So we're both singing the blues about the same thing.
So do you want to go with your questions or do you want to go with the... player?
Okay. I don't have too many today. Let's go with another live stream question.
So let's see. Kelvin says, do chances of hitting a jackpot increase when the jackpot icons appear more frequently during play?
Well, they would, but the probability, yes. If you saw the jackpot symbols more, then the probability of them all lining up would be more.
You mean
But-
if I'm on Megabucks and that Megabucks one is just right under the line and I'm yelling at it and it's not moving, that means I'm more likely to win?
No.
Oh, darn.
Well, they're programmed to give you that near miss effect.
Oh, I hate that near miss effect. It drives me crazy.
But maybe it's the same person, but on any given machine, it shouldn't matter how many lines you bet or how many tokens you bet. That machine should be just that game. And so, yeah,
Okay.
it's hard to outthink slot machines. They're just designed to take your money.
Random number generators.
Um,
So the next question, speaking of random number generators, is programming near misses, like what we were just talking about, into software makes more sense than being 100% random. I understand the random number generator changes as bet increases, but near miss jackpots, no way. What is your opinion, or did we just discuss that?
Okay, first of all, everybody misuses the term random number generators.
Really?
And it really is annoying. All a random number generator does is it will pick a number, an integer from 0 to the 64th power minus 1, and that's it. And what then the game has to take this random number and then crunch it to an event. Like, let's say that it wants to draw just one card out of a 52 card deck. It could take this number that's in the billions, divide it by 52, and that's going to give you a remainder of 0 to 51, and then just map that to a playing card. And so the way a slot machine works is, if it's, say, a video slot machine, then every reel is going to have its own random number. So if it's a 5-reel game, the game will draw 5 random numbers and map each one to a position on the reel strip. Like, let's say the reel strip has 50 stops. It will probably take that random number, divide it by 50, take the remainder, which is going to be 0 to 49, and say, okay, 23 gets mapped to a watermelon, and it will make that reel stop on a watermelon. And that's how it works. And where the game is loose or stingy doesn't have to do with the random number generator at all. It's how you map that random number generator to an actual event.
So when you say map, you're talking about an algorithm, right?
Yeah, you could call it that.
Okay.
So it's real, like if you wanted to, say, map a number that's in the billions to a simple roll of a die. You take this number that's in the billions, divide it by 6. Now you're going to have either 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. And then you could take that number and just add 1 to it, and there's your die roll. And yeah, it's that simple. But yeah, so people just always misuse the term random number generator. That's just something that just gives you a random number, and it's up to the game itself to turn that random number into something that's actually pertinent to the game.
Would algorithm be a better word to use?
I don't like.
What would be a good
Yeah.
word to use then?
Well, in like what sentence?
So if you misuse random number generator, what would be a good word to use instead that would be more accurate?
Okay, can you repeat the question that used the term?
Let's see. Intentional programming near misses into software make more sense than being 100% random. I understand the random number generator changes as bets increase, but near miss jackpots, no way.
Okay, the random number generator does not change at all. And I think what he's alleging is that as the bet increases, that the odds get better, which I don't deny. It probably isn't happening, but it might. But getting back to near misses, here is the situation with near misses. On 3 real games where there's one pay line, like Megabucks, or should I say 3 real Megabucks, the only thing that matters is where that reel stops in the middle. And what they do is they will put a really high weighting on the blanks above and below that Megabucks jackpot symbol. Mm-hmm. So it often happens that it stops right above or below the Megabucks symbol. And the Megabucks symbol itself has a very low weighting. And now you might ask, what do I mean by weighting? Most reel strips on a physical mechanical game have 22 possible places it can stop. And if you actually like opened up the game and look at the real strip, you could count out 11 symbols and 11 blanks. So the chances of stopping on each one is not the same. They get weighted. And so let's say you had a 22 position real strip. The total weights could be in the hundreds. For example, the weight of the blank above the megabuck symbol might be 6, and then the megabuck symbol is 1, and then the blank below it is 6. And so that would mean, so the chances of stopping on any given position on the reel is proportional to its weighting.
So is it a weighted math equation, or is it actual weights that have poundage?
I would it's just a programming thing.
So it's math.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when you say weights, I'm thinking they're actually putting weights on the reel and it's moving. And
well, the effect would be the same, but again, it's just like they take a random number, divide it by something, and then look at that remainder, and then map that to some sort of an outcome.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
Yes.
Another question, or you want to go on
Okay,
that
so
one?
I have a few from the website, and before that, remember how we were talking about the Riverside?
Yeah.
Okay, so to update the audience, I gave a rant last time about how I went to the Riverside and it took 4 visits to the front desk, standing in line each time to get a room key that worked.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was not satisfied with their apology at the time, so I wrote a letter of complaint to Don Laughlin.
You want me to read it?
Yes. So
Okay.
I finally got something back 11 days later.
Dear Michael, thank you for submitting a comment card regarding your stay at Laughlin's Riverside Resort Hotel and Casino. We appreciate the time it took to share your feedback with us. Please accept our apology if we failed to provide you with the highest level of excellence in hospitality and service. We regret that you experienced any disappointment. Our hope is that you will grant us the opportunity to restore your confidence in our fine resort by allowing us the honor of continuing to serve you. We will do our very best to make any future visits truly exceptional. We genuinely value you as a guest and appreciate your patronage, and we hope to see you again soon. So basically, yeah.
Was there anything in there specific to what I complained about?
Oh no, that was a total that was a generalized apology letter that was just basically like, here, let me stroke you and make you feel better, and
And do you think they send this to everyone who makes a complaint? I mean,
it's probably a form letter.
Yeah, it sounds like something that, like I said, there's nothing pertinent to what I complained about.
Wait.
They could send this to anybody.
It's a date. There you go.
That's
the
true.
Date changed.
That's true. So I think somebody put on their computer, they changed the date, and then all the whole
Yep.
who it's going to, the whole body remains the same.
Yep.
And
it's definitely a form letter.
Yes, and another thing that kind of bothers me. Please accept our apology if we failed to provide you with the highest level of excellence of hospitality. If, I mean, of course they failed. I had a whole long letter how they failed.
They probably didn't even read the letter. They're just like, just send them one of these apology letters.
I mean, why can't they say, instead of replacing if with that? I mean, at least they are taking responsibility that something bad happened.
They're taking responsibility,
Yes.
which is what they don't want to do.
Yes.
Their lawyers told them, don't take responsibility whatever you do. Yeah. It's frustrating, right?
And here's another, we regret that you experienced any disappointment.
Yeah.
And the way I interpret that is that that I'm overreacting, and that they are right, and that I just have such high standards that they couldn't meet them.
Well, I mean, they know you go to the Wynn and Encore frequently, and you expect everyone to have those high of a standards.
No, but this reminds me of so-called apologies, where you get something off your chest, and then the person who you feel wronged you says, I'm sorry that you feel angry.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
To me, that says I'm right and you are being unreasonable and complaining.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Well, thank you. And thank you, audience, for letting me vent about that.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to grab some water. My throat is catching.
Okay. I will ask myself a question.
Okay.
Okay. So, here's a question from Gilles Maire. Do you think Americans should be allowed to legally bet on U.S. presidential elections, or would that invite too much corruption? Yes, I would favor that. I absolutely. I think that maybe there should be some cap on bets, like say no more than $10,000. But I think that for a presidential election, there is so much riding on that nobody is going to throw an election over, say, a $10,000 bet, considering that an election costs millions and millions of dollars to mount. And in the UK, you can bet on all kinds of stuff like elections. And, I've never heard of anyone throwing an election over there. And furthermore, we can bet on sports here, where it would be much easier to throw a game as a result of a bet. And frankly, it does happen. But I think it would be much less likely in a presidential election. But speaking of that, would you like to know the betting odds for the current election?
Are we talking about just the Democratic field?
Both.
Oh, really? Okay, sure.
So the betting odds suggest that Trump has a 60% chance of winning. Mm-hmm. And in the Democratic primary, according to the betting odds, not a delegate count or anything, Bernie is a big favorite.
So you think it's going to be Bernie versus Trump?
That's what the betting odds suggest. I think that I'm just trying to go off memory here, but I think that they suggest that Bernie has about a 60% chance of winning the primary. And then second, I think, is Michael Bloomberg.
Oh, no way.
And the rest is just a smattering of the other people. But surprisingly low are, Biden, Elizabeth Warren, and Pete Buttigieg are all really low despite, being in the top 5 right now. So there you go. It's looking like it's, okay, here's my prediction. And you heard it right here first. And this is frankly pretty easy to predict. It's going to be Bernie versus Trump, and Trump will win. Not saying I want that to happen, but that's what I predict.
What are the odds on that?
I think that the chances of that happening, I think, are over 50%, like a 2-event parlay.
Okay.
So there you go. And I'm betting on Trump right now, not out of any political opinions, but just that I think he's going to win.
You actually have money on him?
Oh, yeah. I bet $500 yesterday and looking to bet more.
Okay, cool. So wait a minute. So we have to wait until after the election to find out, if you won your bet or not. Yeah,
that's one bad thing is I bet this offshore, so I'm going to have $500 locked up until November. But it is what it is.
And possibly more, because you said you might do more.
Oh yeah, I mean I already have thousands, but with people. But yeah, I'm hoping that the line comes back down to minus 150, and then I will bet more.
Okay.
And speaking of this on a related topic, I needed to move money into my account to make these bets, so I made a Bitcoin deposit. It took 22 hours for this Bitcoin deposit to clear.
Wow.
22 hours, where Bitcoin is supposed to be this instantaneous way of sending money, and it takes 22 hours. So, I don't know who to complain to, but keep that in mind, that Bitcoin is not as great as it's cracked up to be.
What other alternatives did you have besides Bitcoin?
For Americans, it's really tough to move money to an internet or casino or sports book. One trick that they often use was you buy gift cards somewhere and then send them a gift card code, but the gift card is really just it's really just a sham. Like one time I bought a gift card for this place that sold Costa Rican souvenirs, and then wow. I gave the casino the gift card code, and then they credited my account with the same amount.
Oh, weird. Okay.
So And people have done that with Walmart gift cards too, which are, almost as good as cash.
Can you do that with any gift card?
Right now, Amazon gift cards are a really common way of moving money around.
Okay.
Like lots of times when people owe me money, they will give me an Amazon code, and I just load that into my Amazon account.
Okay, cool.
So that's nice. I've always got like plenty of money in my Amazon account. So
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what the audience is asking.
Okay, next up, let's see. So Eric says, when playing video poker with 1,000 bankroll, is it better just to play quarter denominations, or can I go from 50 cent to a quarter?
It all depends on the pay table. Mm-hmm. Some machines will give you a better pay table if you bump up to 50 cents. But yeah, my answer is that it doesn't matter so much about the denomination, but just look for the best pay table you can find.
And where could they find that information?
A really good website for that is vpfree2.com. And I plugged them before, but they endeavor to give you the best video poker games in every casino in the United States.
That's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, it's really impressive, and it has no advertising. It's all for free. It's a labor of love. At least I think it's advertising free. But sometimes the information is a bit outdated, but it's the best resource on the topic.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yep.
Okay, next question is from, let's see here. This is from Yabara. Is it better to play full pay video poker and no points, or slightly less good tables with points? Even the video poker points are harder to get. Are the better payoffs not worth getting the points?
Can you point to the question?
This one right here.
Is it better to play full pay video poker and no points, or slightly less good pay tables with points, even though the video poker points are harder to get? Okay, again, you have to just do the math yourself. There's no answer that's going to be correct for every situation. Mm-hmm. So what you should do is note the game and the pay table, and then you can go to my website to see what it returns, and then you apply to that the value of the points. And that's the important thing. For example, let's say you have 9-6 jacks or better and a video poker program that's worth 0.1%. Then the return of the jacks or better is 99.54%, and then you add the 0.1%, and now you're at 99.64%.
Okay.
So, yep, you gotta just do some homework, do some math, add it up.
Okay, cool. Okay, so should we do this one?
Okay, let's go to another one. I already did the top one.
We did the top one. Okay. Should Super Bowl be moved to Saturday? Ay caramba.
No, it's Super Bowl Sunday has just been such a thing, ever since I was born that why change what works?
Okay, cool. That was easy. I like easy questions. Okay, next up is Gambit says, did you ever gamble at a casino that was said to be run by the mob? Now, that was before the 80s, I believe, right? Because after the 80s, they got rid of the mob.
I think that it was a gradual process that in the late 70s and early 80s is when things started to change over. So I turned 21 in 1986.
Oh, so you were already past the...
Well, I love Binion's, and I love downtown, and I love Binion's. Mm-hmm. And Binion's back then still had that old-fashioned feel to it, mm-hmm. where there were no player cards, and people called you by name, and if you wanted a comp, you just asked someone for a comp. Mm-hmm. And and back then I'm pretty sure Ted Binion was still running it. I don't know for sure, but at that time I think a lot of the smaller casinos, I don't want to say whether they were run by organized crime or not, but they were still, shall we say, old school.
Old school, yeah.
Yeah, and so there you go. I'm not really sure. El Cortez too. Well, no, I like the El Cortez. I don't want to make any insinuations there.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Next up is If you could replace a holiday, which would go, and what new one would you put on the calendar?
Okay.
And that was from my caramba.
The first part is easy. I would love to get rid of Christmas.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, yes.
That'd be nice.
We've discussed
and
this before.
Valentine's Day.
That would be number 2.
Yeah.
Yes. I absolutely hate the way we do Christmas in the United States. It is so commercialized and just so much excess consumption, and everyone is pressured to just, buy gifts for everyone. And
they buy the wrong gifts, and nobody
Yeah.
has money to spend to begin with.
Well, I'm not saying. Well, I think a lot of people spend money they don't have on gifts. I mean, me, I can afford them, but I just find it wasteful to get a gift for someone that there's a good chance they won't like.
Mm-hmm.
And furthermore, it puts stress on the gift givers. Like, there's so many situations where I just don't know what to get. And I think that Christmas, in fact, gift giving in general, should be totally optional. So if I find like a good gift for someone, then I'll get it. And if not, then, better luck next year. So yeah. And
I just have to say, you're really good at giving gifts, because I really enjoyed the gifts you gave me.
Oh, well,
so.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're the only one who has said that to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, you are, but you, if I may say, you like things that men like, so you're easy. So, like, I can kind of feel out what you would like better.
Cool. I'm
So.
easy to please. I'm not easy. Just so you people know out there.
I like the way you put that. And yes, Valentine's Day would be number 2.
Yeah, that's seriously right.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, happy Galentine's Day.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Do you know what that is?
Valentine's Day with a G.
That would be how you spell it. But the purpose of Galentine's Day, as in gal, is when women go out with their friends, and there's certain places that will host Galentine Day events, and it's like a girls' night out kind of thing, where people might give free samples of, things that women might consume, and I think another purpose of it is I think a lot of women are just so frustrated with us men getting Valentine's all wrong that they wanted a day to control themselves.
Maybe if the expectations weren't so high, they wouldn't be so disappointed.
Exactly. Thank you very much. And, let me tell you, women in the audience, a secret. All of us men hate Valentine's Day, and those who say that they like it are lying to your face.
So speaking of which, I Carumba says, just between us, what's Miss Wizard getting for Valentine's Day?
Just a card.
What? Seriously?
She is... How shall I put this delicately? She will view any gift as a show of my love. Mm-hmm. And if I were to give her jewelry, for example, it better be like a really big diamond or an opal or a ruby or something high-end, and it better be clear, and it better not have flaws, and it better be big, and it better have good color. And
dang, she knows her stuff.
Yes, if I got her, something from, well, I don't want to disparage any companies, but something that, shall we say, was not very expensive, she would be looking at the price tag, and that would be a measurement of my love, and I would not match up. So I would definitely file this under it's better to give no gift than to give a bad gift.
Does she get upset about just a card?
No.
Oh, good.
But you have to write something personal on it.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I struggle with buying the card, and I struggle with what to say on it.
Yeah.
A lot of us men do. I'd like to say that that's why they have cards, so that you can have help finding what you are trying to say.
So can I offer a suggestion that might make it easier?
Yes, you may.
Okay, so this year, instead of buying one card, buy 2 cards.
Yes.
Do your normal thing this year. Keep 1 card for yourself. And then throughout the whole year, whenever she does something nice, or, when you think how much you love her or something, write that little sentence down in the card and put the date, and then do the whole year. And then by the time Valentine's Day comes around, all you have to do is give it to her and it's done. And you don't have to think about it. And it means more because it's throughout the whole year.
That is a good idea.
Thank you.
One time a good friend of mine noticed that in my behavior, he didn't think I was being romantic enough. And he bought me this whole like package of little cards that just said something sweet that were meant to be given just kind of randomly throughout the year.
That's a good idea too.
And I think that I used one of them and then forgot about them. I mean, I am not romantic. I'm a lousy husband. I am a numbers guy. I am sorry. Women, if I'm ever on the market, don't marry me. I'm not romantic at all.
Duly noted. Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so should we do another question?
Well, let's take turns here. Let's give the live audience a chance.
Sounds good. And again, we can't go through everybody's question or comment, but thank you so much for putting it out there.
Yes, and maybe a good way to, if you have a question rather than a comment, start it with question.
That sounds good.
In all capital letters, like I think somebody here did.
Right. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
So Kevin did that, and Kevin said, YouTuber flippin' and dippin', selling a slot strategy, particularly in knowing mechanical slots to choose a jackpot. What is your opinion of this?
Okay. I have never heard of this channel Flippin' and Dippin', and I don't like to criticize things that I'm not familiar with, but I will say that there are so many scams on the internet relating to gambling. Here is an easy way to beat slots. Here is an easy way to beat baccarat.
Yes,
here is an easy way to beat roulette. Spend me $500 and I will tell you how to make millions playing roulette.
You know, those people used to just walk around the casino saying that to us dealers, and now they just went on YouTube and are saying it to everybody.
Yes, and for some reason these people get hundreds of thousands of hits.
Because people want an easy way to make money. That's why.
Yes, and you know, what do you think will sell better? A book saying, here is an easy way to make millions of dollars gambling, or a book that says it's very difficult to even just cut the edge, just to lower the house advantage, not to have an advantage. You know, of course, the first book sells better, but it is what it is. People don't want to hear that there is no easy way to get rich.
It's just there's a lot of disappointment out there because when they actually try it and they fail, you know, it's not easy. Gambling is not an easy way to make money.
You're absolutely right. But yeah, so if there's some YouTube channel on an easy way to make money at slots,
probably don't listen to it.
I mean, I don't want to say that it's wrong without actually looking at it, but there is no easy way to beat slots. You have to look for particular slots, like say Ocean Magic, when it's left in a state like with lots of bubbles on the screen or whatever, and only play these variable state slots when they are in a high state or progressives. And it involves just like a lot of trolling around casinos looking for games that are in a high state. And it's just a lot of hard footwork, and there's tons of competition, and it is not easy.
Advantage players have to work really hard for that advantage.
Yeah, I think advantage play is a tough job. I think that for most people, they could make more money just working. Mm-hmm. But some people are just not cut out for a 9-to-5 job, I guess.
That's true.
All right, next question.
Next question is, let's see here. I just wanted to say that y'all are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see. I feel more confident in my play thanks to the content boasted by the wizard. And I also... Oh, cool. Oh, so that was just a nice comment. I thought that was a question. Thank you so much for the nice comment. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
I thought that was a question.
Shall we take one from the Wizard of Vegas?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Which new casino do you think you'll like more? The Circa downtown or the Resorts World property on the Strip?
To be honest, I'll probably like the Circa better. I know you have a different opinion, but I like Derek Stevens, who runs the Golden Gate and the D. I think he's going to do something really fun there. And but shall we say the really, really fancy casinos like the Ari and the Bellagio. I mean, I don't want to say anything bad about them, but it's not where I personally feel comfortable. I like something a little bit, for the common man.
So do you think that their upscaledness and grandiosity is what makes you uncomfortable?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Much like I think I would be much more comfortable driving a Ford than a Rolls Royce.
Right on.
I mean, in fact, one time a friend left a Maserati here in Las Vegas because he bounces all around the whole world and offered to let me use it for free. And I used it once and I said, thank you, but no thanks. This is just not what I'm comfortable with. I'd rather just drive a junker.
Cool. Very cool.
Okay, so how about the audience's turn?
Okay, so Max Payne says, when pit bosses rate table players, it's obviously average bet and time played, but in blackjack, do they use a fixed rate or do they rate you on player skill, and would it be okay to ask this to the pit boss?
Okay, every casino can do what they want.
Mm-hmm.
When I worked, I'll just say this, when I worked at the Venetian, I think that someone was supposed to come by every table every 15 minutes and put into the computer the average bet and a skill level for everyone there. And I'll just say that the floor supervision had a hard time keeping up with this. And I really think, I don't want to say anything about the Venetian, but I think that of properties that are required to put in a skill level, 99% of the time they just put in average.
Probably, but those floor people, they're watching 6, 8, 9 games. I mean, it's ridiculous how much they're doing.
I tend to think that casinos only start to care about that when it's a really high-level player.
Yeah.
And even then, lots of times they don't care.
Yeah.
So
then why do you think they do it then?
Well, I'm sure that people like me correctly say that players that bet badly, that make bad decisions, should get comped better. Mm-hmm. And it makes mathematical sense, but it's just not practical to rate the skill level of everybody. And furthermore, most people, a lot of pit personnel can't identify good from bad strategy.
Do you think their answer to that is just to decrease the number of comps they give to everyone?
I guess the policy is they just kind of go with an average. I mean,
But you have noticed a decrease in comps,
yeah,
right?
I mean, everyone's complaining about that.
Yeah.
But the rule of thumb in the industry is that you give back to the player 1/3 to 1/4 of their theoretical loss.
Did the casinos know that?
Well, that's kind of like I said, the rule of thumb.
Because they're not doing it right now.
All right, well, enough on that.
Okay, so another question.
Okay.
So let's see here. Jean says, how do you feel about the pay table, triple, double, bonus, 9-6? I just can't seem to play any other pay table but triple, double, bonus, 9-6.
Well, let's see what my book says.
Oh, you have it in there?
Okay, so...
You got everything.
Yes. So he said triple, double, bonus?
Triple, double, bonus.
Okay, so my video poker chapter here breaks it down game by game and pay table by pay table. So here is the table right here on page 125 on triple double bonus. Mm-hmm. So, for example, here the 9-7 pay table, as evidenced by the full house paying 9 and the flush paying 7, returns 99.58%. And then it drops way down to 98.51% with the 9-6 pay table. Okay. So my advice here is if you must play triple double bonus, look for the 9-7.
So full house has 9.
Yeah, and the flush has 7, and everything else is much worse. So what you should be doing is checking every game and every pay table on the machine or in the whole casino. Look it up in my book. And then play the one with the highest return, and then play it properly.
And where can people find the book if they want to buy one?
Good question. They can this is published by Huntington Press, so you can go to huntingtonpress.com, or you can just get it at Amazon.
Yep, because Amazon has it.
Yep.
Amazon has everything.
Yes.
Okay, so next question is, on one hand, you are a respected mathematician and a known scientific skeptic. On the other hand, you love attending Burning Man, which is a festive brimming with New Age mysticism and pseudoscience, such as crystal healing, astrology, and pyramid power. How do you reconcile this yin-yang in your personality?
That is not what Burning Man is about. It is not some New Age thing full of crystals and tarot cards and...
it's not, darn it. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Now, I mean, I'm not...
It's full of naked women, right?
Yes, now that is worth going for. Yes, you'll definitely find that there. But, is it some like New Age thing full of hippies? I'm sure that there's some of that there. There's some of everything there. But no, I didn't notice a lot of that. Like, I did see a lot of people giving fortune card readings, and one person giving a palm reading. Yeah, you really don't see that much of this New Age stuff there. And, furthermore, no one has ever put in writing the purpose of Burning Man. You kind of have to, it's purpose is almost that there is no purpose, that you just go there to get away from the earth. And
well, not get away from the earth, get away from people, right? Because it's all about the earth. You're in the earth, you're in nature, you're outside. Well,
Burning Man is really crowded, so you're definitely not going to get away from people there.
Okay.
Okay, here's how I would describe it, is when you get past the greeters, you are in another world. You no longer have your real name. You no longer have a job.
What's your fake name?
It's going to, when I went, I didn't think of one yet, but the next time I go, it's going to be Playa Foot.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I can tell you the reason for that.
Hey, Playa.
Playa, yeah. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, so it's like you leave the world behind, and you don't shake hands, you hug, and you really leave the real world behind. And another good thing is that the cell phone reception is bad. I mean, I wish it was non-existent, but you're really not supposed to have any contact with the outside world. And in fact, what they say when you come in is welcome back. I think that the thinking is that Burning Man is the real world, and everything else is just this fake world you have to put up with to get to Burning Man once a year.
That's an interesting concept.
So that's my interpretation, but like I said, there's nothing in writing that says the purpose of Burning Man. It is just what you make. It is, I think you could say that you get out of it what you put into it.
So basically, it's not really a yin-yang to your personality. It's just your California boys coming out.
I wouldn't put it that way either.
No? Beach Boys? Wish we all... Oh, wait, that's a different song. It's not a California thing?
No.
Okay.
I think people from all over the world go to Burning Man. It's really remarkable how many Asians and Europeans you see there. Quite a lot. So I think that it's something that cuts across every nationality, every race, every geographical place, and it's something that, as I've said before, it's something that probably 4 people out of 5 would absolutely hate and not understand. But that 1 out of 5 can be any walk of life. So, and I've said this before, but if you feel called to go, then you should go.
Cool.
And it could be a life-changing experience for you.
Awesome.
All right, that's enough about Burning Man.
Okay.
Questions from the Peanut Gallery.
So, Album Review Channel says, what is your educational background and previous jobs?
All right, here's the executive summary on that. I have a bachelor's degree in math and economics from UC Santa Barbara. I have an uncompleted teaching credential from California. I have worked as a Social Security actuary for 9 years. And I have been a gaming writer slash consultant for 23 years. And there's my resume, the short version.
Awesome. That sounds very cool.
Thanks.
Oh, and you worked at Disneyland.
Yes. There was many little jobs that I didn't mention there.
That was pretty cool, though. So
it wasn't as cool as you might think. I was just, what can I say? I was emptying trash cans and sweeping trash and cleaning up vomit and popcorn spills.
Speaking of Minnie Mouse, did you see the viral video on social media of a Minnie Mouse on the Strip getting into a physical fight with someone, with a tourist?
No.
Oh, that was pretty interesting to see.
What was the fight over?
I don't know what it was over, but you just saw the beginning of the fight, and Minnie Mouse just goes at this girl, and Minnie Mouse is just beating this girl down and everything, and then her, head comes out, and, she's just like, come up me, and they're just fighting and everything, and it was just, ow. Wow.
Huh, I wonder what the fight was over.
It's Las Vegas, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I hope it wasn't because the tourist stiffed Minnie Mouse on a tip.
Oh my God.
I mean,
maybe.
It could be.
It's possible.
But I haven't seen it, so no good comments there. But I will say when I worked at Disneyland is I knew a lot of the people that were characters, and they sometimes got punched, and that was just terrible.
The people would punch them?
No, the guests would punch them.
On purpose?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it would happen.
Can they punch back?
No.
Well, what the heck? I wouldn't want to punch back. Let Goofy punch back.
Well, so would I, but these outfits are really uncomfortable and they're super hot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Makes sense.
So.
Okay.
All right. Shall we go back to the Wizard of Vegas?
Did we do all of them? As a person who has gambled in Macau, what are your thoughts on the situation there, including the unprecedented closing of every casino? What happened there?
Okay, so the government of Macau asked all the casinos, all the hotels to close until, I think, for 2 weeks.
Okay,
and
for the
I think that
right?
and I think most casinos voluntarily did.
But they're shutting down all major areas where large groups of people come together. I mean, grocery stores, everything is being shut down. So it makes sense that they would shut that down too.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard in mainland China, places like subway stations and markets that used to be just super crowded are now practically ghost towns.
Yeah, and everybody's staying inside, and everybody's the whole towns are being quarantined. Entire towns are being quarantined.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I think that this will probably burn itself out, but it could be the end.
Nope, it's the start of zombies. I know it. This is the start of the zombie apocalypse right here.
So if you turn to a zombie before me, can I shoot you?
No, I'm going to eat your brains out. So you're going to have to join us. Come, join the dark side.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to shoot you in the head. Probably twice in case you become a twitcher.
That's okay. My arm will come back to life and chase you. I'll be like Thing.
But yeah, I'm not an epidemiologist. What do I know about that topic? But I have stock in the Wynn and MGM, and so, I hope they're okay.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just hope everybody's okay. It's scary what they're going through down there.
Yep.
Okay, so the next one is from Max Payne, and he says, for Mike, any good stat books for the average person that is good at explaining the basics? And I'm not exactly sure what exactly he's talking about.
Yeah, I get asked variations of this question.
Oh, good. So you know what he's talking
about. And, I have thought about writing such a book. A book that is like half math book, half gambling book, where it really strikes to break down the odds. And with the easier games like craps and Keno, it shows you how to work out the odds yourself.
That's so cool.
And
so when are we going to see this book?
As soon as somebody asks me, probably never. I have a feeling that it would have a small, very loyal audience who would love it. but I don't think it would ever sell enough for any publisher to.
That's what self-publishing is so good for.
That-
Would it be something that you could do for an article on your website? Maybe do like different articles for each one on how to calculate the odds, and then put it up.
Well,
on
I
your website?
already do have a lot of appendices, like how to do
love
the
your
odds and craps
calculators.
and keen. Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys ever need a calculator, go to the website wizardodds.com.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
that's one of the best parts of the site. If I may
It's really good.
toot my own horn.
I'll toot your own horn. They're really good calculators. Check
Thanks.
them out.
And actually, when I used to teach the gaming math class at UNLV, I would write out my whole lecture so that the kids didn't have to take notes. At the beginning of class, I just passed them out. Here are the notes. Now just pay attention in class.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I still hopefully have all these notes.
Oh,
And that would be like a good beginning of such a book.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's a possibility.
I hope to see it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so I think, did we answer everything you wanted to go over on this page? I think we went through everything.
Okay. Anything from the peanut gallery?
Let's see what the peanut gallery has to say. Questions. Where are the questions? It does help if you guys put questions beforehand. That really does help. Would it be okay to ask the pit bosses how they rate their players?
Didn't somebody already ask that?
I probably said that already.
Now, you can ask, but they're going to be really vague with you. The rule of thumb, as somebody else just said, is that it's average bet times the theoretical of the game that you're playing. For example, if you're playing double zero roulette, they're going to give 5.26% times your average bet times hands per hour.
That's good to know. Cool.
At times hours played.
Okay, I found a question. Hey Vince, how you doing? Parlay questions. So A, parlay a $10 hard 8 2 times paying 1,000 and down, or B, parlay a hop easy inside number for 5 times paying 1,280 and down. Oh, okay. Should I have not done that like so quick?
Hi, Vince.
Hey Vince.
The house edge is lower on the hard 8 bet, so that's what I would do.
So number A. Or
I mean,
letter A.
it's an awful, either way, it's an awful bet. But if you must make sucker bets, then at least make the best sucker bet. So the house edge, well, let's
How
let's
can
check
you
my
make the
book.
best sucker bet if they're all bad?
Because there are various degrees of badness.
Oh, so just do the one that has the lower house edge. If it's
Yeah.
between like 2 of them, do the one with the lower house edge.
Yes, for example, from my book, we can see that the house edge on the hard 4 and 10 is 11.11%, and on the hard 6 and 8 is 9.09%. So he asked about the hard 8. So, and then he also asked about hop bets. So the hop bets are like single roll bets. So if a hard hop pays 30 to 1, then the house edge there is 13.89%, and on the 3 and 11 or any easy hop, it usually pays 15 to 1, so that's 11.11%. So there we have it. Of all those bets, the house edge is lowest on the hard way. So
Do the hard way, not the hop.
if I must say something good about the hard 8 bet, it's better than hop bets. So if you must do one or the other, choose the lesser of two evils and make the hard way bet. Oh, that's hard. That's painful for me to even say.
I have a good hard 8. Have you seen
I have a good hard 4.
Oh my god. Okay, let's go. Let's move on. Okay, so let's see here. If you guys have any questions, put your question down. Please put question before it.
Well, what did you mean by your hard 8?
Okay, so I have I have a t-shirt out, and Jay actually came up with the design, and
Mm-hmm.
he said, "Do you want to see my heart 8?" And it had, dice on there.
Oh, okay.
But it was like, "Do you want to see?" It was a sexual thing,
Yes.
you know? Yeah.
Yes, I get it.
Okay. And then I haven't done this yet, but I want to. But we're gonna have another shirt coming out. Do you want to see my heart too? Okay. So
Save one of those for me, extra large.
you got it. So let's see if the audience
I know someone
has...
good I could give it to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say somebody well endowed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
So we don't have any more questions from the audience. So do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
By the way, is Jay here right now?
I don't see Jay on here.
I had a question for him.
Oh.
Okay, well, it's 4 o'clock. It's
Perfect timing.
It's quitting time, so thank you, audience, for coming.
When is the next time people can come back and see you on the live stream?
Yeah, let's shoot for 2 weeks,
2
as
weeks it
usual.
is. Okay.
So thanks, Heather, for joining me.
Yeah, thank you so much for...
And-
thank you.
And for producing all this,
Oh.
all the technical stuff that goes on behind the scenes.
It's just fun to have this conversation with you every couple of weeks. I just enjoy this.
Me too.
Thank you.
Yes. On and off camera.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks again, audience.
Yes.
And yeah, by the way, at Wizard of Vegas, there is a thread called Wizard on the Live Stream or something like that. And you can
good.
leave your questions there if you wish.
That's so perfect.
Okay.
I love that. Awesome.
Okay. And you can also leave them on my Facebook page.
Perfect.
Okay.
Cool. Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks again, audience. Bye.
Bye.